Well, I am not a very happy camper now. Aside from the fact that I gotta wear a stupid Chiefs hat for the foreseeable future. I was doing some research before this particular episode, and by the way, this is Willie Epting Jr. Tisha C, say what's up to the people.
Hello, what's up?
Thank you guys out there for checking us out on
For sure.
Facebook for the Sports Network or the Sports Empire Network's Facebook page, as well as the Shakeback Media Group's Facebook page, and YouTube for both entities, as well as Twitter. We about to get into this show about the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate them, and what happened on Monday night with the Las Vegas Raiders. Tisha is smiling as though she is the cat that ate the canary.
Mm.
And I am as mad as a hornet's nest that has been dipped in fish grease. So we're gonna get into all that here in just a second, man. I'm not very happy. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get this stupid show on the road. Let's go.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds.
Stop the music. Stop the freaking music right now, because that dude that was at the end of that little video introduction only played 6 snaps last night, and he went out with another soft tissue injury. Oh my gosh. Okay, Tisha, I need you to talk. I need you to talk me down because I am on the ledge, and I am bringing some people with me. So your Kansas City, your Kansas City Chiefs defeat my Las Vegas Raiders 30-29 on Monday Night Football. It was an exhilarating contest. It was a great game, most entertaining, aside from the final score and the result and what the result does in terms of a certain person's psyche. What were your overall thoughts on the quality of the game and how your boys came through at the end?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's be nice. I think the game was a really good one. I was super, super nervous. First half, I mean, obviously, I was like, oh, here we go. Raiders doing Raiders things. I won't lie. I contemplated turning it off for a minute, but I didn't. It got a lot better in the second half. For me, not for you guys, but no, I think they
Who
played
asked you?
well. It was a fight though.
Who asked you?
What?
Who asked you
You
if it got
did.
better? Who asked you if it got better for us? Okay, go ahead.
No, it definitely didn't get better for you guys. I'd like to get your feelings on that. What happened there?
But keep going.
What is there to go on about? Travis Kelsey had a game. I saw the coolest caption and I tweeted this. It said, Zeus is on the loose. And I was like, heck yeah. I don't understand how he had such an explosive game. You would think. But the way we've been playing lately is very scattered out, is very different. So honestly, just going back to Kelsey, it worked. So just went back to the old formula and it happened to work well. I told you it was going to be close and it was super close. I knew it would be. There was no way it wouldn't be. I thought you had something, man, in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. I was really worried.
Okay, let me dissect what the heck you just said. Number one, there was no explosiveness from the Kansas City Chiefs whatsoever. Travis
It,
Kelsey has 7 receptions
mhm.
for 25 yards. 25 yards. There's no explosiveness with that whatsoever.
Oh my
Devontae,
god.
De, nope, it's my turn. Devontae Adams had 2 receptions. One of them totaled more yards than Travis Kelsey had on 7 catches. That's number
Mhm.
one. Number two, Marquez Valdez Scantling. I don't know why the Raiders treated him as though he is the second coming of Tyreek Hill, because he is so far from that, it ain't even funny. This dude goes for 6 receptions and 90 yards on 8 targets. I'm not understanding. I don't get it. And then number 3, the Las Vegas Raiders had this game in control from a statistical standpoint in every area of the game except for the freaking score.
I agree.
So, if you want to know how I feel about it,
Yeah.
I think I just kind of expressed it a little bit, but I got more to say. Um, let's just go into the specs, the nuts and bolts of the game. Let's talk about that real quick, okay? So the Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, who a lot of people still want to hang from the highest tree in America, 19 of 30, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Josh Jacobs, 21 carries for a career high 154 yards, averages almost 7.5 yards per tote. Devontae Adams targeted 7 times, 3 receptions, and he averaged 40 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns, 7 targets. Again, there was no Darren Waller, and Hunter Renfrow, who's back from the concussion, had very little impact whatsoever. Okay, now let's swing it over to the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate them. Patrick Mahomes, 29 of 43, 292 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. In the rushing game, Jerick McKinnon, 8 carries, 53 yards, no scores, averaged 6.6 yards per carry. I got something else about that here in just a second. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, as we just talked about, McCole Hardman, 4 catches, 73 yards, and Travis Kelce, again, 7 catches, 25 freaking yards, and 4 doggone touchdowns. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. How in the world is it that a team who knows, or anybody for that matter, I mean, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, they all saw Travis Kelce getting the ball in the end zone. So why is it that the Raiders couldn't see it?
I don't know. Thought it was beautiful. You tell me.
You really want me to answer that question?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Let it out.
Okay. Number one, Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders, is a moron. Period, point blank. In the game itself, in the first half, the Raiders got so much pressure on the quarterback, it was beyond belief. So then in the second half, the Chiefs come out with Jerick McKinnon and they run the ball. And I remember one distinct play. It was 1st and 17. 1st and 17 after we had sacked Mahomes. This dude gets in the shotgun and hands the ball off to Jerick McKinnon, and he runs for 20. Or it was actually 1st and 20, and he ran for 17. Number one. Number two, why do you stop bringing pressure in the third quarter the way that you were in the first half? Number three, you saw that the Chiefs were running the ball down your throat. Why didn't you not make the necessary adjustment in those first couple of drives? That's why I say Patrick Graham is a moron. That's the answer to your question.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, she said.
Feel better?
No, I do not feel better. I feel worse.
I can only imagine.
Because, yeah. So here's my thing.
Exactly.
Tisha, does this game right here for the Chiefs and hashtag Chiefs Nation, or Chiefs Kingdom rather, does this game really solidify objectively? Okay, I need you to be objective here. Objectively, does this solidify in your mind that the Kansas City Chiefs really are still the team to beat in the AFC? Now, keep in mind that there's Buffalo in the East, who I know Chiefs Kingdom is afraid of. But in your mind, after this game, objectively, does this game solidify to you that the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the AFC West, or in the AFC?
I mean, yes. Clearly, it shows that I think we play our best ball when we're down. It brings out a fight in us. I like it. It's still clearly there. So I don't know. I say yes. Worried about the Bills? Absolutely. I honestly think that wouldn't be a terrible game to lose because I'd hate to lose in the playoffs later on. But no.
You know what? That's a pretty good point because that game, I don't know. I think it's in week 7 or 8. And the Chiefs do go to Buffalo, and it won't be cold yet. But the Chiefs, in my opinion, I'm sorry, the Bills, in my opinion, would need home field advantage in the playoffs more so than the Chiefs would. Yes or yes?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not looking
Okay.
forward to it. I'm not going to get that upset, like I said, if we do lose, because we'll recover, we'll bounce back, we'll figure it out. We will know what we're dealing with, and pick ourselves up and do it again next week.
Right.
You guys are on a bye week, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a bye week. And I will say this about the Raiders, okay? The Raiders continue to the Raiders should have won this game. I think everybody out there can say and agree to that fact that the Raiders should have won this game. Everything that you did in this game, from rushing the passer to running the ball to Derek Carr and the Raiders not having any turnovers. But here is where we lost this game. Well, one of the reasons why we lost this game, we had 12 penalties, and we allowed the Chiefs to go, I think it was 7 of 11 on third down conversions. You cannot win a game when you cannot get off the field on third down.
No, I agree.
And again, I go back to Patrick Graham. It is his fault. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give credit where credit is due because the Chiefs made all the right plays at the right time.
Yeah.
However, one play that they did not make, and they were helped by the referee. Well, I shouldn't say helped by the referees. They were helped by Davante Adams and his inability, the best receiver in the league, his inability to get 2 feet down that would have clearly put us in field goal range for Daniel Carson to kick the game-winning field goal. I got so much breakdown on this T-shirt, it ain't even funny. So let me ask you this. In that final drive, when Davante was pushed out of bounds before he came down with the catch, at that point, did you think that it was over for the Chiefs and that the Raiders would win?
I thought that like 4 times. So, no, honestly, we have such a good last stride in us every time we play, especially if we play Raiders or if we're losing. I don't know. I'm not going to say I was just like, oh, we've got this. I was worried, but man, they pulled it through. That's Mahomes.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really do it. I mean, because even on the last play of the game, Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow got tied up on on a route concept that had Davante Adams running the post and had Hunter Renfrow running a corner route. And I will say this, because the cornerback from the Chiefs, and I can't remember who it was, he did jam Davante at the line of scrimmage, which is one of Davante's strengths, is being able to get off of a jam, and it did not happen at the most critical time of the game. So to me, that is what is the most frustrating thing about this game. Not the fact that we went for 2, because as I had a chance to digest it and think about it, and then when I was on my way to work, I was like, oh, okay, I could see why we did that, because to go ahead by 1 point, even if you tie it up, you got Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs on the other side who have shown they can get down to field goal range in 13 seconds.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
I get that now. But the lack of execution by the game's best receiver in the most critical point, in actuality, in the 2 most critical points of the game, dude, y'all got to be better than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. We looked terrible the first half. It was awful. Honestly, it was terrible. I was mad. I was like, you can't do that. It was not having it. Oh, so what is your take on Davante Adams' little stunt he pulled?
I mean, he messed up.
A little bit,
and I understand why he did it. I saw it and I should have actually put that on the screen, but I put something else on the screen that we're going to talk about in just a second. But I understand from a former athlete standpoint, and being so pissed off from a game that you should have won.
Yeah,
I could see it.
That's what makes Raiders games so great, though. It's always high emotion. It's always super stressful. It's stressful football. You got to play hard. You guys brought it last night, though, or it was last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said it right.
My days are off.
So to ask me what I thought about it, I don't condone it whatsoever, but I understand it. Okay. He did come back and apologize to the dude and his family or whatever the case may be. He is facing disciplinary issues.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get suspended for a game for this, but he will be fined and fined heavily, I do believe. So let's talk about a couple things here that we saw. There was a because you brought this up in our pre-production meeting, right?
Absolutely.
What did you say about, or you said you wanted to talk about what? The roughing the what?
Roughing the passer call. What in the world happened there?
Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, I actually have footage of that. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up on the screen. It's gonna be no sound, but when finish playing, we're gonna come back to it. Okay, so here we go. Derek Carr is in the shotgun. Here comes the rush. There's Chris Jones. Seems like a harmless to me. He fumbles it. He picks it up, and he throws the ball back, not even really realizing that he hit the ball, and then here comes the flag. Unbelievable. So I actually tweeted during the game at Shakeback Media Group and said, we got away with one there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your thoughts about the call or lack thereof on that particular play?
Oh, I mean, I think Chris Jones said it right. He was like, what am I supposed to do? He literally just executed. I mean, honestly, I thought it was absolutely perfect. So I was pretty mad. Those lots of yards came at a really bad time for us too. It was very momentum killing. But also I say that I think that gave us momentum because I don't know if you caught on or not, but the stadium, the fans were not happy about it. Like at all. So I think it helped in a way, but it was terrible. It's a terrible call.
I think.
Do you think they should be reviewable?
At some point, something's gonna. I'm not gonna say it should be reviewable, but at some point, the NFL is going to have to realize that they get paid the big bucks for a reason, and they're going to have to come up with some sort of solution because the same thing happened. Okay, let's think about what happened with Tom Brady and Grady Jarrett in the Atlanta Falcons Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Okay, he slung Tom Brady to the ground, but it wasn't anything egregious. As a matter of fact, I think the Tua Tagovailoa being slung to the ground in the Pittsburgh game was worse than all three of these.
Yeah, I agree.
And there was no penalty on that call. So the NFL has to learn not to be consistently inconsistent. That's what I think is the bigger deal here is. And that game for luckily for the Chiefs and Chiefs Kingdom, this particular call did not cost the Chiefs the game. But that call in Tampa Bay definitely cost the Falcons the game.
Fair enough.
And a lot of people have said that, well, since it was Tom Brady, that's the reason why he got the call. Well, why did Derek Carr get the call? Because he ain't Tom Brady.
Right.
And then on top of that, why didn't Tua Tagovailoa get the call?
Absolutely. I'm not arguing with you on that one.
Okay, so I'm going to try to woosah through the rest of this.
You're doing great.
No, I appreciate the fact that you're saying that I'm doing okay, but on the inside, I'm ready to throw this computer up against the wall and completely stop watching football for the rest of the year.
We don't throw things, remember?
Yeah, I already got in trouble with that. I told you that's right.
Yes.
And then Patrice came in here and was like,
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that?
I did. That's lovely.
So whatever. And then last night, I was in the living room, and God forgive me, but I was in here cussing and saying the F word, and why in the F would you do this? And she comes screaming from the back room, we are not gonna. I'm like, after the game, I had to leave the house because I did not want to put myself in the position of being in the doghouse with that little half moon above it that illustrates that you are in trouble.
Yeah. I feel
So
for you.
let me ask you this, Tisha, from a woman's standpoint. Are you ready for this?
Oh,
No,
yep,
you
let
know
me have
what?
it.
I'm not gonna ask you because you're a fanatic and I'm a fanatic, and some
I
people
am.
just don't understand that.
Yeah,
And
it's not understood across the board.
right,
No.
right. And she even told me, she even told me last night. She said, oh no, actually, she told me this morning because last night I was so pissed.
I get it. I
And
get there myself.
yeah, I was so pissed that I had to leave for about 30 minutes. I came back and she was in the room watching TV, and I said, we lost by a point. We lost by a point.
Told you it
I
was
said,
gonna be
what?
close.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that you told me it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be close, but close only counts in hand grenades and
Right.
horseshoes.
And horseshoes. Yep, you're right about that. Or football when you win
No,
by a point.
no, it does not count in football because you cannot win by a point or lose by a point and say, well, you know what? We got a participation ribbon and it's all good. No.
No. Hey, you guys got a whole week off to think about what you did wrong. You got this.
Tisha, do you really think that statement helps? Do you really think that statement helps?
I was trying, and that might have come out the wrong way.
I don't want you to try to be nice. I want you to rub it in my
That's
face.
terrible though. Like you have a whole other week to be mad and not even have a chance to win a game. That's awful. I feel for you there.
I don't want you to feel for me. I want you to talk smack. I want you to tell everybody out there how I lost this wager and what I got to do now.
Am I buying the hat? Because I have a really good one.
Clear his throat. So what? Tell everybody out there that's watching and will be listening the wager that I have had. Now I got to own up to.
Well, you added to it. Initially, I just wanted it for an episode, but we're doing Chiefs hat. I'm gonna pick it out too, and I'm gonna send it to you. And that's gonna be your new attire for the rest of the season.
No, not for the rest of the season. Just until they play again.
Until we play again. That's right. That is right. I'm good with that.
Yeah, just until.
And then it'll be me because you guys will be mad and you'll whoop the crap out of us. So yeah.
Well, at that point, it'll have to be a different wager because to me, a tie is like kissing your distant cousin in the face. That's what that's like to me. And as nasty as that might sound, that is how I feel about it right at this point in time. So I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to wear, Tisha, I am going to have to wear this hat all the way until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because the next game is not until week 18. Oh my gosh.
Everybody looks good in Chiefs gear. I mean, there's science behind that.
There's science behind it.
Sure. I mean, don't look it up or anything, but I'm pretty sure there is.
Anybody out there that's watching and can hear Tisha say that it's science, please look it up for us real quick and comment down below.
That's terrible.
Down below.
You're not changing my mind on that. I'm pretty set on it. I was terrified. I thought, oh my gosh, if I really have to spend money on a Raiders hat, can I even go on? Can I even go on? I was like, I just don't know. That was a truly awful thought. I was scared for a minute.
Well, be afraid, nor be discouraged, nor be dismayed, because the Chiefs are with you from now until week 18.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. Much better scenery.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so the Chiefs have who up next?
Is it not? Oh, no, I don't think it is the Bills. I would actually have to look. I don't know.
I will look it up for you because I like them. And whatever game they play, I hope they lose. This is what that is. Okay, so the Chiefs up next have the Buffalo Bills.
It's the Bills. That's what I said. That's why I said this would be a great game to lose. Get it out of our systems. Let's go.
Okay, so the Bills come calling, and that game is actually going to be at Arrowhead. Are you going? No, you're not going. Okay, so
I don't think that would be a very good idea.
Why not?
Chiefs games get crazy. I don't know. I much rather would have been at the Raiders game than the Bills game. Their fan base is nuts, to
Yeah,
say it
they like
politely.
they like to break tables and throw people off of top ropes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I do not.
Okay, so
Not for me.
the Bills come calling in week 6. Week 7, you go to San Francisco, or Santa Clara rather, to face a 49ers team that has everything in place that could beat the Chiefs. Then you're home to the Titans, and then you're home to the Jaguars, who went out to San Diego and beat the stew out of them, or not San Diego, Los Angeles, and beat the stew out of the Chargers. Then they go home and lose to the Texans this past weekend. I don't get that. So it's shaping up on paper very advantageous for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, by the way, I hate them.
Gosh, yeah, no, we have a tough schedule. I mean, clearly, but I think we'll be all right. Not that worried about it. I definitely think we're going to be okay. Like I said, I think we need to lose next week and get it out of our system. Get mad about it and do something about it. Play better football. Yeah, I'd like to say, it was just an explosive game against the Raiders. It really wasn't. There was some exciting, aspects of it, but that was a stressful game. It was a hard played game.
And you know what's crazy about that is that even when we were up 20-7, I was like, something crazy is gonna happen in the second in the third quarter. I was kind of hoping we did an onside kick to throw everybody off guard and try to get the ball back. I mean, we did it against the Broncos and it didn't work.
Do you know what I would give to be in the locker room of a game when we're down? Like, oh my gosh, like there's some like let's get it shape up, let's fix it. I mean, I think that would be really cool because somebody in there is saying the right thing and it's working. We're pretty good at coming back. That's all I gotta say.
Well, speaking of that's all that has to be said, that's the end of the show. I'm done. You have any final thoughts?
No. It was a great week for football, a great Monday for a win, and go Chiefs.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll send you your hat.
Yeah, whatever. I'll give you my address off air. Okay, I'll actually text it to you. So let's get on up out of here, man. Wherever I may roam, Metallica is playing in the background. Wherever I may roam is going to be to a place unforeseen. Coming up next. Oh, there is no next. Y'all make sure y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. And I promise, we're going to be all right. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Patricia C., this is Willie Epstein Jr. A show divided, man. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. We'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.